What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Coffee with KAL. I just want to say thank you for being here, and if you feel like it, feel free to subscribe to any of my YouTube channels. I say this every time, and follow on Spotify. So, first off, I'm just gonna go over the daily recap. I was making a lore video today, and I gotta admit, I recorded 3 games and they sucked. I did horrible. I didn't win anything, and I was getting really demotivated because I'm like, I made the thumbnail for it because I was really having a lot of success with the deck. And then when I went to record, I just consistently lost over and over and over. And I'm like, this is not going to be a video. Now, I tried to upload losses every once in a while to kind of show that, one, the decks work, but I play poorly. Or, sometimes I feel like you can upload only wins and people start doubting, like, okay, how many games did he play to get this? I'm like, okay, I'll upload losses. But I had a second thought. I said, you know what? I'll play one more. So I started another recording and I played one more. It's probably the best game of Legends of Runeterra I have ever played, because every single play basically went together to make the only possible win scenario in that game. Like there was no other win scenario by the time we got to the end of the game. It was amazing. It should be up on the channel by the time this is on Spotify, so feel free to check that out. It's the Spooky Seamstress video. Oh, I cannot believe I won that game. I still can't. Second thing, I have been experimenting with my coffee in the morning. One of the reasons I call this Coffee with KAL is I have been making my own coffee kind of on the stove. I don't have a espresso machine or a coffee machine. I have like a normal, you can put the fine grind and filter in it, makes a pot of coffee. I can do that, but I've been trying to make specialty coffees, and I actually made a coffee mocha with like pure cocoa, and I turned that into like a hot chocolate mix, and then I mixed that with some like dark roast Italian coffee, and it turned out perfect. I'm like super proud of it, but it also really makes me want to get like an espresso machine. I need to start putting more time into my drinks because I drink a lot of coffee, I drink a lot of tea, and I love variety. So like I could have, the standard fine grind, light roast coffee. I can have that anytime. But I've been trying to expand my coffee palette, if that makes any sense. I've been aiming to spend more time making coffee that I don't just drink for caffeine, I drink for enjoyment. I want to enjoy my coffee in the morning. Every time I wake up, I take a sip of that coffee and I go, oh yeah, that was worth it. Because it does take time to make good coffee. And then finally, because I mentioned tea, I've been doing matcha tea with a little bit of honey in it and practicing my vocals. I've gone from like a 2-octave range to like a 4.5. I have a rough spot where my power vocals are, which is between chest voice and head voice. I still have some notes that I have trouble hitting, but it's getting there. And I'm actually super impressed with the range that I have. I'm not going to attempt it right now, just because I just ate food before this, and I find like right after I eat, singing is hard. But I'll try to upload a vocal cover or something in the near future so people can have an idea what my vocals sound like. But for now, you're just gonna have to trust me on the fact that I have been improving my singing voice. Now onto the second part. This is the content announcements. So I'm going to go over all the announcements across all my channels. First of all, the lore video that I was talking about, Spooky Seamstress, should be up by the time this is live. Please check it out. It is probably my best episode of my Legends of Runeterra plays yet. Like I don't think anything even comes close. Also, today I have a day off, and that means one thing. It's going to be a content day. I'm going to get the mutant video done for sure. I'm going to try to do a video on Val. So that's not Valorant, Valerie. I know her comic name, but I don't want to say it because it's a bit of a spoiler to people that don't know the comic name. So I'm just going to leave it at Val from the MCU. Ross's Agent Ross's ex-wife. I have a video on her coming out tomorrow as well. Actually, I might save that for Friday, just because I want to put time into it and I don't want it to be rushed. I'm going to be uploading 2 Legends of Runeterra videos today, and 2 tomorrow, and 2 on Friday, and 2 on Saturday. I'm going to try to have like 2 a day for the next 4 or 5 days, while I'm also working on other videos. I want to do a couple PUBG shorts. I've been kind of getting excited at the fact that I've gotten a lot better at editing. I find it's faster without changing really my style, and I am developing my style as I go. So like the Spooky Seamstress, I really wanted to get out because it was such a good game, so I didn't do it with that video. But from now on, I'm gonna try to have like moments in my lore videos that are like, I guess I'll take it for the shorts, but are subtitled and have my spice of humor in there. So I'm excited to improve my editing style with that as well today and for the foreseeable future. Expect multiple shorts across all my channels in the next couple days, because content days mean all I do is record, edit, record, edit, record, edit, record, edit, because that's what I do on my days off. Next, the KAL Talks Mutants episode, I wanted to delve further into the implications of mutants always being around in the MCU in comparison to maybe the 616 history has actually changed despite us not like going back in time or anything like that because of the Loki finale. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to get into there and in that episode. The other thing I'm going to be doing is on CalCast. I'm going to be uploading some shorts. I said earlier that I was not going to be uploading as much on CalCast because I have the documentary I'm working on, but I did decide that all the champs that I have, in my opinion, near expert mastery on, like I know all the mechanics. I'm not like consistently pulling them off, but I know all the mechanics. I know a lot of niche mechanics, so I'm going to be taking all those champions and doing tips and tricks for them. I have like 4 for Zaya that I see nobody do, even like pros. They just don't utilize some of her unique interactions. So that's something I am going to be working on. I want to also somewhat quickly, address the Coffee with Cal seasons plan. So as it stands right now, this is season 1. But for this foreseeable future, the way the seasons are going to work is they're going to kind of fall in line with my work busy times, if that makes any sense. I'm going to be working basically up until the week before Christmas, and then Coffee with Cal is going to end there. I'll do a Christmas special and a New Year's special, but everything else, there won't be any content there. And then in the spring, I'll basically be doing Coffee with Cal all the way until May, and then we have a crazy busy time at the end of May where exams are going on, and I'll probably be working all the time then, so I won't have time to be doing this. That will be the next break, and then in mid-June, I'll pick it up, do it for the whole summer, and then September, there'll be a break for the first couple weeks, and then I'll do, again, from late September all the way through till the week before Christmas, and we'll just keep doing it like that and see how it goes. But that is the plan for the Coffee with Cal podcast seasons. So there should be 3 seasons a year, roughly. I'm going to be committing to React content, and I know it's something that I want to put more time into, and I genuinely do enjoy doing, but I don't enjoy editing it, because editing React content for me is like watching myself react to something, and like the initial reaction of watching something versus watching your initial reaction. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes if it's something really emotional, then I've watched myself on a recording and been like, oh yeah, that was good. But then you have to watch it like 30, 40 times minimum to edit it. And you're like, it kind of takes away all of the excitement you had. It doesn't take it all away. Sometimes it does the exact opposite. For example, even though I never uploaded it, working on the Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness trailer reaction got me extremely excited for the film, because I kept finding little details. I kept going like, oh, they might do that. Now, they hinted at a lot of stuff. That film felt like a transition film, I'll be honest. It felt like the second film in a trilogy where it's setting up a whole bunch, it's addressing one problem, and it's kind of also dismissing that problem, because that film ended in a way that's like, this could be over, but it's probably not. There's probably more going on. So But back to what I was saying about React content. For me, it is the least enjoyable thing to edit, one of the most enjoyable to film. So I'm committing to it. I'm doing it. I just have to, when I'm editing it, keep in mind that like I'm doing it because I enjoy the content when I'm making it, and just to focus on that, because editing React content is okay. On to our creator highlight part of the podcast. Now, if you're watching the YouTube video, you will see that I'm wearing this beautiful gym towel, because it's a gym towel. You don't really wear it. And this is the Korone Inugami gym towel that came with the birthday celebration 2021. I ordered it and I was super excited for it, and then it got stuck in Japan forever. So I finally got it. It's been behind me in all my videos, right next to the taco plushie that I have. So yeah, it came with an acrylic stand, a gym towel. But the reason I got it is because I'm a huge fan of Korone. And when I started watching Korone, she was probably, it was in the 50,000 subscriber range. And she's now at like 1.9 mil. So obviously she's grown a little since I started watching her. But she is one of the only things during 2020 and 2021 that kept me feeling good, in a positive mood. Because between the entertainment and like her personality, it was pretty good. And I was also learning Japanese at the time, so I was like, is that what she's saying? Because she has like this thick accent. It has been explained to me in a way that it's more like a rural accent, where some letters or some syllables just kind of get blurred. So instead of, for example, for good morning, Ohio is not Ohio in her accent, it's Ohio, stuff like that. And during 2020, when I was starting to watch her more often because I was working less, because everyone was working less, even though I was working in the kitchen, the hours and everything got taken down because nobody was coming in, because I work at a university. So she was a big part of 2020 for me, and that's why one of the reasons I wanted to buy the collection is because like I want to support her. But on top of that, it's like she was a big part of why I continued to make content and why I wanted to make content. Also, like Fitness Doggo made me want to work out more, so I started working out more. So yeah, that's a thing too. She's like IRL a boxer and like super athletic. So that is something that like it's a well-known fact about her. She talks about it. Even like her merch that I'm wearing right now has like boxing gloves. For her boxing, her negative version of herself. So I'm gonna just put this over here. I will fold that later. But yeah, Korone was kind of the start for the rabbit hole for me when I started to fall down the rabbit hole. VTubers in general were a big part of, like, they boomed in 2020 and 2021, and they're still like growing, but it's no longer a fad. It's like another community that has fully developed in the like digital content sphere. So it's not just like YouTube or Twitch, it's like everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, it's all over the place. And I fell down the rabbit hole because of Korone. It's important to remember that the majority of the early VTubers that broke through in 2020 and went viral were not the English speaking ones. There are really good English speaking VTubers that I watch. Onigiri, Iron Mouse, pretty easy to name a couple. Fruit. Though there are good English VTubers, but the ones that really broke through and went viral, it was like Fubuki and Korone and Miko from Hololive. You had a lot of Niji Sanji, EN blowing up, and JP. So there was the VTuber boom basically made it more accessible to everyone because more people were clipping in, subtitling in English. So even though I was watching mostly just Japanese streams, I was starting to get a lot of English-based content of these Japanese VTubers, which made it more easy to consume content, right? I wish I was good enough at Japanese to translate, because I would love to do content like that, but I'm not there yet. However, when you watch some of these bigger JP talents, or even the Indonesian talents from Hololive, there's usually somebody in chat that live translates to English. And it's kind of hilarious because they're not being paid to do it. They're just there. They're just like, yeah, I'll translate for you guys. Yeah, I'll translate. This is my jam. This is my jam. I love this VTuber. I want more people to enjoy this VTuber. I'm a translate. And we shout out to all the people that are translating those for JP Indonesian and all other non-English VTubers. Like it is a big deal to the community that you are bringing it to other languages, not just English. Like there's English VTubers that have their content translated, live translated to Japanese, to French, to Spanish. So yeah, shout out to all the translators, live translators and clippers. Big part of the community. Final note on this creator highlight is there is a Schwartz. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. Schwartz, which is a card game that I've collected a fair amount of. I have two $200 cards back from when I used to collect it. But HoloLive actually has cards for Schwartz, and I really want to get those cards eventually. I can't do it right now. Christmas coming up. Not time for spending money on me. It's time for spending money on other people. I'd like to get eventually. Maybe get a signed Korone card. That would be nice. That's yeah. So feel free to check out Korone Inugami, or just look up. My favorite clips are probably if you type in Korone and search Assassin's Creed or Doom or Sonic or Mario or English only. Lot of good content. A lot of good, easy to consume, funny content. She's definitely doing work there. Hard to believe that she ever was socially awkward and a complete introvert, because she does not seem like that now. So yeah, feel free to check her out. Give her a subscription. Subscribe to her. So on to the fourth part of the podcast is I'm labeling this one positive vibes, because part of this podcast is to maintain positive, to be in a better spot day by day, both tracking my own content and tracking everything that's happening in my life. So I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to keep the vibes going, you know? So first of all, how do I feel about my content? Like I said, I feel like I have made insane progress in a matter of weeks on editing and a perspective shift on making content. Content for me used to be stream and that's it. And there's a reason why I didn't get any more popular. It's like I had 10, 12 people watching me live. I did like 48-hour streams. I would play 90% League, maybe some Warframe. And now I feel like I'm starting to expand into everything that I've wanted to do for a long time, but was too anxious or scared to do. I'm starting to do content that I'm actually passionate about rather than just mindlessly streaming. And there's nothing wrong with being a streamer, but for me, being a streamer first was not ideal because it made me lazy. That's the way I'll put it. Yes, streaming 12 hours a day every day probably wasn't lazy, but for me, it didn't make me feel like I was making content. It made me feel like I was gaming. And yeah, it would be cool if that's how it felt all the time. But if you don't grow a fan base or you don't reach the people you want to reach, then you kind of putter out. My brother actually had really good success streaming. So when I was living in town, I got him to move in with me. And basically, he started streaming right when Valorant... He was streaming before that, but he started really picking up viewers right when Valorant beta hit. And he got a key, and he went in, and he's like, I'm going to start casting. And he spent every single game just like shoutcasting. Like, he's going in. He's going to get... I can't even... I'm not even going to attempt to do it. I was starting to, and I'm like, I'm not as good as him. I can't do it. But he would showcase games. And I feel like for him, streaming was his content. He was really good at just like connecting with people in every game. Whereas I didn't play games where you really connect with your teammates. Like, my brother would like be shoutcasting and having like joking around with everyone around him and his team playing Valorant. And then like 2 or 3 of them every game would just hop in and watch his stream and be like, dude, you're hilarious. Here's a follow. Here's a subscription. Here's a Prime. Meanwhile, I'm playing ranked league with everyone muted. And yeah. So like I said, I feel good about where I am with my content now. I hope in the future, whether it's through work or through YouTube, that I make enough that I can move to a place and bring my brother along so he can start streaming again. Because where we are now, internet, not good enough to do that. Which is sad. It's sad because for him, that was everything. That was all his content. That was everything he wanted to do, everything he felt passionate about. And as soon as the internet situation changed, he's been pretty demotivated. So I'm hoping that through this, I can help him out. Now, for where my content can be found right now, just on YouTube. Just on YouTube. Sag. But I'm aiming within the month to get on TikTok and Instagram. Maybe post some stuff on Reddit. Maybe I'll post that Gwen lore deck game on Reddit because it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Maybe I'll make a short about it because I feel like that's probably more likely to not just be completely missed on the subreddit. But yeah, I'll be on those platforms hopefully within the month. I'm nervous about TikTok because my phone's garbage and I don't really. TikTok doesn't have the most intuitive site on desktop. It's okay on phone and it works well on phone, but on desktop it's kind of meh. So we'll see. I'll be trying to get on all those platforms in the near future. I also want to collab with people I used to stream with. Now, I said I didn't really play with people. The people I did play with, they're all decently big streamers now. Like 20, 30 viewers. Some are sitting at a couple hundred. And I'm like, I probably should hit them up and be like, yo, you want to collab for a video? Because they've been asking me to stream with them repeatedly. And I'm like, I can't do that. My internet's not good enough. But I'd be down to make a video. So I should probably hit them up for some videos. I would love to play with some of my old crew. It has been a long time. On the same topic of streaming, like I said, hopefully within the year, our internet situation will change. Within a year, not the year. Within the next 12 months. That's a better way to put it. Our internet situation will change, and hopefully we'll be able to stream again. It's not a guarantee, and we've been guaranteed it before, and it has been wrong, and we didn't get improved internet. So we'll see. Staying hopeful. Finally, I've been working on my Japanese day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year at this point. And I'm okay at reading it. I'm decent at understanding it when I hear it, but I haven't had a conversation with anyone in it yet. I'm really hoping that I find people that I can casually talk to in Japanese. I had like one teacher I used to be able to talk to in Japanese, and it was super basic because I was so much worse at Japanese at the time. I only knew like really basic phrases and mostly from manga and anime. So it was not, they were not productive conversations. So yeah, I'm hoping in the near future I can get my Japanese up. Maybe that will help me enjoy Korone stream, although I think I have to have my Japanese at a pretty high level to understand dialect. So we'll see. But yeah. Okay. Time for the recap. This is the podcast recap. So first of all, I talked about my lore video, the Spooky Seamstress. Please check it out. I would love it if you checked it out. I talked about making coffee and considering an espresso machine at some point, but enjoying multiple varieties. And in the near future, I will be showing off all my fancy coffees because I got some fancy coffees. And vocals. So I will be doing some vocal covers. I've been trying to find a song that I can cover that has a good instrumental that I'm not going to have to tweak too much because I don't have any audio editing software. The last time I tried to do music, I did it with Premiere Pro, which I don't know if you know, but is garbage at editing audio. You can kind of do some gain manipulation, noise suppression, just a little bit here and there, little sprinkle, but you can't fully edit it. It's not feasible. And then content, like I said, gonna be uploading a whole bunch content today, and I'm basically the rest of the day I'm gonna be just like recording, editing, and then the rest of this week is gonna start the uptick in content. I said I wanted to get to 120 videos a month. I'm going to do that. Eventually. But this is the start of the uptick. I'm gonna continue to say that every week. More content, without burnout. The goal is to stay at a pace that avoids burnout. So that's what we're doing right now. The creator highlight, just tying it back. Please check out Kurone Inugami. If you enjoy funny dog VTuber doing stupid things, sorry, I'm just remembering. I had a friend down, and I was watching. This is tangent from the recap. I had a friend down, and he heard Kurone's video playing on my computer. And went, "Oh, she sounds cute." I'm like, "Yeah, you should come over and see what she's saying," because he can't understand Japanese. And he got over, and the subtitles were like, "I smell blood. Their blood will be a perfect dressing for my salad." Wahaha. And I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of content we're here for. It's not the adorable dog girl. It's the crazy murderous, but sounds happy-go-lucky. Very good content. Very good content. If that's I believe that's a video about Assassin's Creed. That's when she was in Assassin's Creed. So yeah, feel free to check out Kurone Inugami. I just want to finish it off by saying thank you for listening to this podcast. I definitely did not expect to have anyone listen to this. This is really something I started because I wanted to be tracking my own progress and to keep myself honest. But yeah, thank you for listening to it. If you enjoy it, feel free to follow. Like I said, check out any of my channels: Cal Talks, Cal Reacts, Cal Casts, Cal Colath, Cal IRL. And yeah, feel free to check those out. Give them a sub if you feel like it, or comment on a video, or even just watch a video. I'm down. Give me a view. I'll take it. Every view counts. And yeah, I want to thank everyone for listening in. Thank you for checking out this podcast. Feel free to follow on Spotify. And as always, take it easy.